Yo, this video is called Day Trading While Being $105,000 in Debt at 25 years old. And that is a very serious title. That's not clickbait, that's not anything at all. Austin, my videographer, put up the B-roll so everybody can see it. Paid off, paid off, paid off. Sallie Mae, Fed loans, both paid off. And that's what this video is going to talk about. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Swaggy C. I'm in the building. The Swag Academy is here. Austin's behind the camera. I know what time it is. I am blessed and thankful that you guys are allowing us to be on your YouTube screens right now, because this is what we do. So you guys sit back, relax, eat some food, drink some water, and soak up the knowledge. So, me being 105,000 in debt is a very serious thing. I don't even know if it was 105. It might be 107 because I got out of debt a long time ago. So I don't remember the exact amount. I just know I paid 68,000 for one thing and then like 39,000 for the other thing. So whatever that adds up to, that should be the name of this video, whatever. But me, I was in Connecticut, then I went to college in New Jersey, and I went to college for 3 years. Now, for me, being a college student at 18 years old, I didn't know a single thing about loans, paying them back, interest rates, Sallie Mae, Fed loans, nothing at all. I just knew you can't go to college, all your friends are going, but if you have your aunt or your cousin or even your mother or father sign, on this line that says they're a co-signer, you can go to college. So I'm over here begging everybody, hey, be a co-signer for me. Begging my friends. One of my friends, actually co-signed one of my college loans because she had no idea, but she just co-signed it, you know what I mean? And for 3 years straight, I'm just, all right, co-sign, co-sign, co-sign. And I didn't get to the point where I was 20 years old and realized that at this point, I'm already $90-something thousand in student loan debt. And I just came across day trading at that point in time. So I thought about it. I said, I can go to about 130,000 in debt or start this day trading thing when I graduate. But the entrepreneur in me, after reading all the books over there in the library, I decided to drop out of college and focus heavily on day trading because I knew day trading is one of the only jobs in the world that there's no real limit on how much money you can make. It depends solely on how good the trader is, whereas every other job in the world has all these limits and caps, and y'all hear me talk about that all the time. So when I knew that at 20 years old, I realized that, okay, I just gave college 3 years of my life. I can put my head down and give day trading 3 years of my life and hopefully get out of debt, make enough money as a day trader, be able to pay the whole 100,000 off day by day. Because I'm looking at all the top traders and they're making 100,000 in a month and 500,000 a year and 2 million for the year. I'm just like, yo, I really can make enough money to pay it off in one go. So I dropped out, and then the honeymoon phase ended, a few months later when I'm just blowing account after account, like just constantly blowing account over and over again. And I realized that, okay, day trading can be a long-term thing for me. It can, get me to a point where it takes care of my family. But right this second where I don't know anything, it can't be much use to me, you know what I mean? Because I realized that psychology is the most important thing while day trading. You cannot be a day trader, unfortunately, if you have so much baggage in the world, because that is going to clog your mind and clog your emotions in how you are able to trade in this market, right? So I didn't understand that at first. So I'm seeing like my mom crying over $60 bills, and I'm what is it, negative Austin, or like overdraft. Thank you, Austin. This is why I have him here. My account's, getting overdrafted. My brother can't go to college because I use up all the co-signing loans. Like just all of that in general. I'm just like, all right, day trading's gonna get me out of it. And it can, and it did, but it didn't do it till years later. But I just was under the assumption that it can happen in the first year. So once I realized that I was blowing account after account because everything in my power was tied to the trade, I made a decision, which is find a job. And what I mean by the first thing before I get to the job part was, when you have so much things clogging your, emotions, it's hard to trade because whether you click buy or sell, you're emotionally attached to the outcome. You sell, you just lost, if you lose, not sell. If you lose, you just lost $100 and you only had $100 to trade with, and now you don't know how you're gonna get trading money for the next few months. So this video is for small account traders, large account traders, all of that. Fast forward to me getting a job, I realized that I hated 9-to-5 jobs. Like I made that video, last week. So I hated 9-to-5 jobs. So I decided to be a babysitter. And this is like, you guys can watch this video. I'm not giving you advice on what you should do because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm giving you advice on, well, not advice at all. I'm just telling my story on how I got out of debt, and hopefully you guys can use this motivation. But a lot of pride had to be dropped in paying all of this off. So for me, I had to be a day trader in Greenwich, Connecticut. And not to throw race into it, but Greenwich, Connecticut is full of like, all like majorly white people. Like, and I'm coming from the hood. I'm this battle rapper who is talking about guns and cursing and all these YouTube videos. And I'm coming to babysit these families' kids to play basketball with them, to play sports with them. And I go from, like, you can YouTube me and I'm talking about this and that, and I'm just like, hi, how you doing? Shaking hands. I'm mowing lawns. I'm staying till 11 o'clock at night watching the kids. I'm driving from like a U-Haul truck from Connecticut to Philadelphia to get 2 pieces of storage, take a little McDonald's break, drive it all the way back to Connecticut. Like, all of that is included in that babysitting title just to pay off this debt. And the factor for me was all of that money that I was making from babysitting, the $4,000 or $5,000 a month, went to my day trading account so I can get better and better and better. And this is where it worked for me, but it's irresponsible to give advice to. That's why I'm not giving it, but it worked for me. I put all of my loans in forbearance for a year, but you guys know about forbearance. You can only do it for 12 months at a time. It's not like you can do it for 5 years straight, especially with Sallie Mae. So I put it in forbearance for 12 months. I'm just like, all right, at the end of this 12 months, I should be able to, pay it off or be a great trader. 12 months pass, nothing at all. Did not work out. I'm still learning. I'm making $300 and $400 in the market, even $500, but that's not enough to pay these loans off. So I had to make a decision. My student loan for both of them was about $1,100 a month. Like, after the forbearance, $1,100 flat out. And I'm just like, how are they expecting a 22-year-old kid to pay $1,100 in student loans every single month? That is sickening. You know what I mean? So for me, I was just like, you know what? I'm just not gonna pay it. I don't care. What are you gonna do? Arrest me? Like, I'm just not gonna pay it. So I was like, I'm just not gonna pay it for a year or 2 years. Let my credit score drop. It is what it is. But there's going to be a point in time in my life in the next 2 years where I'm going to be very rich. I'm gonna pay it off in one setting, or 5 big chunk settings, like 20K, 20K, 20K. Like, it's gonna be a point in time where I do that. So for me, I took the risk. Just like I took the risk of dropping out of college to be a day trader, I took the risk of not paying my debt. They would call me, I'm like, sorry, boom, Sallie Mae would call, I wouldn't pick up the phone, or I would pick up the phone and say, all right, I'll pay you, hang up, not pay them at all, because I just couldn't pay it. I was taking the chance to put the money in my day trading account and try to be a great day trader, and I was getting better. So I saw, quantifiable results. Like, I went from blowing accounts to making $1,000 a month and $2,000 a month and then $5,000 a month. So I saw the results. But then what messed me up was, I think I left college with like 97 or 99 or something like that, and then I paid, a good chunk off, and it barely moved anything. So it's like, no matter what I was doing, it wasn't working. Even before I made that big chunk payment, I was paying $1,000, $1,100, $1,200. Nothing was moving from the principal or the overall, balance. So I realized that, all right, I'm just gonna become a great day trader. And fast forward to, 2-3 years later, I was in a position to, pay both off, because there's 2 different loans. One was Sallie Mae, one was Fed loans. Pay both off, but in order for me to do that, I had to get to a point where I had to get another income that was stable enough in order for me to be a great day trader. Because if you're just looking at day trading as your end all be all, and I'm not gonna have no other incomes, it's just gonna come from day trading, and I'm gonna get my family out the hood, it's gonna be hard, because you have so many things riding on you clicking buy or sell when the market isn't a guarantee. Now, you can make good money in the market and there's no limit in here, but it's a journey, and a lot of people quit within the first 2 or 3 years. And for me, I was a babysitter, dropped my pride, was making $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and was paying my bills, except for the student loans. I was paying my, my at-home bills and all that extra stuff, then putting the rest into my day trading account. And then I had 2 streams of income. One was guaranteed, babysitting, and one was not guaranteed, day trading, until I started to become better and better and better. And before I paid off that big chunk, which actually gave me the motivation, I read Dave Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover. If you go back to watching my 10 books entrepreneurs and day traders should read, in that book, he talks about something called the snowball effect, which is like if you're in debt, go on Google Sheets and put your debt from top to bottom and from the smallest to the largest, and then start paying off the smallest. Like if your smallest is $500, or then $1,000 for credit card debt, then $2,000 for Invisalign before I had braces and Invisalign didn't work, just stuff like that. With the babysitting money and day trading money, I was paying them off. Boom, done, boom, done, boom, done, boom, knocking them all out. And it made me feel good, just like Dave Ramsey says in the book, is when you start paying off little debt, it gets you the motivation to get to that big one. So by the time I was ready to pay off all the big ones, or I was focusing on those, all the little ones were gone. I didn't, the credit card debt was gone, the school loans was gone, everything was gone. It was just 68 and 39, or whatever the two major loans were, And people don't understand that I took that risk, I dropped my credit, and then I got to a point where I was able to pay it all off with, day trading and merchandise, because people don't understand that merchandise actually gave me my real big start in clearing debt. Because when I was selling my Swaggy C shirts from Big Brother, I made about $40,000, maybe $35,000 in 2 months just off selling t-shirts, just from being on the TV show. And that helped a lot, you know what I mean? And gave me, it propelled me to be such a better day trader, because I was like, all right, I just made 35K in 2 months. Boom, my mind's on the charts. I'm not worried about if I win or lose, being robotic. And then boom, profits start to come. Not automatically, but it starts to come because you're not worried about whether you win or lose. That's the greatest gift you can have in this market. Not worrying about winning or losing. Like, you're trying to have a great win rate, like whether it's 60%, 70%, 80%, even trying to get 90%, even though that's extremely difficult. You are not tied to, if you lose, you're not crying in your bedroom, thinking about quitting. You're just like, oh, I lost, it's a job, it is what it is, come back to it tomorrow. And that is what helped me be, the trader I am today, because of the merchandise, boom, the babysitting, boom, allowed me to pay off the debt, boom, and then the extra money with day trading, throw right into it, boom, all done, finished, finito. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that can help you guys get out of debt and be a better day trader, utilize it. Stop having too much pride to not do anything, and you're just I'm just gonna be a day trader, I'm not gonna do anything else. No, you need these other things. I'm probably one of the realest traders on YouTube. These other traders will say, nope, just take my course, quit everything, and I guarantee you'll be profitable. No, that's not how it works. You guys have to, if you have a job at Target, the goal should be to quit the job once day trading becomes right, because Target is a guaranteed income. The goal isn't to quit Target and now have my full-time 24/7 devoted energy into day trading, because that can work, but then where's your income gonna come in? How are you gonna be able to go to restaurants or get groceries or just do things in general to motivate you? You need something. And that's what merchandise and everything was for me. And for me, the reason why I said it's irresponsible to do that, it was liberating to pay 105 off and or 107, whatever it may be. But my two Teslas, mine and Bailey's, when I wanted those cars, I wanted to just lease them because I wanted to just switch it out every few years. And they told me, hey, your credit sucks. I'm just like, hey, here's my bank account. I literally can pay it off cash. The lease is for 36 months. Can I pay the entire lease off all 36 months and just have the car? So I just want to be able to switch it out. And they're like, no, your credit sucks. So I'm just like, all right. So that's why I paid those two cars off in cash. So it does haunt you later on, but I had to make a decision. Am I going to pay $1,100 to Sallie Mae and Fed loans and not have that extra money to learn how to day trade? Or am I gonna learn how to day trade and bite the bullet later? If you guys can take anything from this video, please take the fact that you can be a day trader. Day trading can help you get out of debt, but you also need something else. Who says you gotta be just one day trader to get out of everything? Have 5 streams of income. Like I said, I was cutting grass. I was babysitting kids and driving from state to state just to get $4,000 or $5,000 a month and throw that to Sallie Mae and throw that to Fed loans. And then once I realized that it wasn't doing much and I done wasted 15, 20 grand off paying it back just for the interest, whatever it's called, to bring it back up, I just stopped paying it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop paying it. And I got to a point I wouldn't pay it for 3 months. Then I would pay it for the 4th month before I went to default. So I wouldn't pay for 5 months. Then I'd pay for 2 months worth. And then I would stop paying for 5 months, use that money to be a day trader. And then I'd pay 2 months because you never wanted to get defaulted. So that's my story and that's what I did. I know a lot of you guys are struggling with 40K and 20K and 10K in debt. I just want to let you guys know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Understand that you need several streams of income to get out of debt. Don't just rely on day trading. But when you have several streams of income, the day trading becomes a lot easier. You can become profitable a lot quicker because you're not emotionally attached to the end game. Whenever you are emotionally attached to the outcome of your trades, it's hard. You're gonna lose most of the time because you have to win, or this is going away. You don't have to do anything. The market does not have to give you anything. But when you can do this, close it, and then open it and be like, all right, I'm here to do a job, boom, boom, boom. Okay, GU, goes, GA, AU, Euro USD, Canada JPY, GBP JPY, whatever pair you trade, and also look at the camera like, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like any of those pairs, and you do what you gotta do a job, win, lose, all right, cool, I can be better, journal, take it seriously, take it like a job. You become a way better day trader once you have that cushion, you know? So I appreciate you guys for watching. I love you guys. I didn't even say subscribe to the video in the beginning, but I'm saying it right now. Subscribe to the video, and if you find any type of value from this video, make sure you like it, give it a thumbs up, and I will holler at you guys.